Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to take a look at this little mono roadstar radio cassette. It's an RCR-310. It's definitely got some volume control issues there. The tape deck does actually go. And for the same reasons it works, and it's making a lot of crackling noise. So the immediate problem, from what I can see, is this here crackly volume control. So let's see if we can work out how to get this baby apart. Yeah, battery holders are a bit manky. My screwdriver's not long enough. Having acquired an appropriate screwdriver, let's take it apart. Probably some sense in unplugging the mains first. Not that there's any real large danger. Okay. Two more. Now I'm going to take a guess with this. Once I've got these screws out, that the front comes off it and the back stays intact. Just because that's how things used to be done. Okay, so that comes off there, and we get to see the cassette deck. Look at that. We're not getting to those easily, are we? So you can see here the tuning mechanism just goes backwards and forwards. It just goes backwards and forwards and moves that. So we don't want to move that too much. Right. And looses the belt. The belt doesn't feel wonderful. So we'll have a look, see if we've got a replacement for that. I need to get to that potentiometer right there at the back. So I think cassette deck out. Take these screws out that they've nicely painted red for us, which it looks like somebody else may have been in here. Let's see. I'm just going to do, because I was not quite sure about how the cassette deck was working when it was rewinding. Let's plug the power back into it and we'll have a little look at it working. Okay, now I can see there, or you can see there, that is the belt struggling. Look, and you can see that the tape's slowing down and the belt's slipping. So yeah, that's definitely going to need a belt in it. Not even rewinding now. There we go. There we go. So the belt's stopping rather than the mechanism. Oh dear. Okay. We'll just lift that up and bring that forward. So when you plug the mains lead in, it opens these two terminals here, and that disconnects the battery connector. Let's take another layer out. A few more of these red screws. Not entirely sure about that one in the middle. No, that's staying put. Okay, what have we got on the top here? Okay, so we've got some switches here. So I'm going to hazard a guess that they need to come off. Okay. Another layer down. Oh, we can see those switches are absolutely manky. I'll take this out of here. Again, 2 more screws. Okay. There's our volume control potentiometer that's crackling. And we've got some switches here. They're doing the same. Now, for a fairly modern radio, this thing is full of old tech. This switch here is a record switch. It switches the cassette deck between play and record mode. Come on, out you come. And it's shitty little condenser mic. Right, let's start. Under here. Put some switch cleaner on it, and all I'm going to do, just work the switch backwards and forwards, and between the cleaner and the action it actually cleans off the tracks. So with this one here, you know, here's the thing, everything else has been groggy, so they're going to be the same. The same with this one here. I can actually feel the difference as I do it, because these switches are struggling to move. So that one still is, so let's give it a spray from that end. Okay, that's made that actually switch. You're actually going to be able to select with that now, and that will go in and out of record. So the next thing we want is a replacement belt for the cassette deck. So let's have a little look what we've got. I've got a bag of belts. Okay, so I've got a belt back on there, so hopefully that will make things work a bit better. I can't really plug it in like this to test it. I need to put some layers back in place. As much as I'd love to be able to, I'm a bit worried about stuff shorting out. So let's put this back over here. And you know what? At that point there, I can actually get power to this. So let's plug that back in. Then the center position, put that onto radio. Now, we've got control of the tape, the volume control. Now, will the cassette deck function as it's meant to? Yeah, we've just got that cut. So let's put a tape into it. And, okay. See what happens. So looks like the cassette deck's shot in it. I put a belt on it, he hasn't done it. So this one, I'm afraid, realistically, what can you do with it? The cassette deck's not going to work. It's a radio. It's a dreadful sounding radio, so it's not going to sell to anybody. So I think I'm going to nick the aerial off it for something else, and then this is going to go in the bin. So we've got an unsuccessful repair here. But what is of interest, what I have just noticed that's interesting, this is branded as a roadstar. I mean, you know, you look at this cassette deck, it's dreadful. It is just plastic, and you wouldn't want to put anything of value in that. There we go. In the bin. Okay, so on the front we've got this really dreadful speaker. Doesn't even tell us what it is. It's just nothing you want on that. Power supply is interesting in that it's looks like it's about 6 volts, and it's got 2 windings on it and a centre tap. So this is probably going to be a 606. So you could get 12 volts from that. So I might keep hold of that. And the other thing that I'm going to keep off it is I'm going to keep the aerial because it's not broken, purely because it might be of use for something else. I've got a few other bits and pieces to go through, so let's keep hold of that. And picture that. What I just noticed on here, there's a couple of ICs on here. One's an audio amplifier, one is looking after medium wave, one's looking after FM. But what got me was the amount of alignment on here, how basic this thing is. It looks like it was made in the 70s, but it looks like it's made by a company called Nelson, because there's a model number here on here. There you go, look. Nelson NE100 AFS-1, made in 1992. You know, this technology was 20 years old when they made this, using this sort of thing. This is what I expect to see in an old Roberts radio from the 70s or a Philips, not in a cassette radio, something that's claiming to be a bit more modern. Well, there we go. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and have a look at some of the other stuff I've done. Thank you.